Alright, welcome you once again to lesson 2 in our tutorial, and of course I still remain Emmanuel. Today we'll be moving to what we call the internet. Alright, so as a website designer we must also have the idea what internet is all about. Alright, so that was the reason why I came up with this. So the PDF of this also will be sent just to guide us, to help us to get more knowledge. Alright, so today we'll be talking about this, which is the internet and how it works. So alright, so the internet is a worldwide computer network that transmits a varieties of data and media across interconnected devices. This is the definition of what a website is all about. So now when we talk about this, we are talking about a worldwide computer network that transmits. That is the work of an internet. It transmits varieties of data and media across the interconnected device. You get to know this more better. So just have a brief history of internet. How does internet come to existence? Can read you this on October 29, 1969. Can just read through this in what is it called, in our PDF. So just read it through this, and today we are just going to talk about what the internet is, how it works as well. Now let's ask this a question here, that is, now who can make use of this internet? Who can make use of internet? That should be a question for me and you. And the question is, in its early days, the internet was used by computer experts. It was used by scientists, engineers, and librarians who had to learn a complicated system in order to use it. But let's hear this is a good news for us. So since me, I'm not a scientist, I'm not an expert, I'm not a computer expert. In fact, I didn't study about science, anything. So the technology has actually improved and customers adapted. Alright, so for me now, I want to go into website design, and I don't have a knowledge about this. I'm not a computer expert, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a librarian, and also engineer. So how will I come in? So it became an essential tool for people around the globe. Almost everybody actually does need it. Everybody. There's no limitation to the usage of an internet. Alright, so what does internet usage look like today? You can just read that through that. So now this is the place we are going to. How does it really work? So that's the question we are going to answer. Now let's go to our Chrome. I want to explain something here. Okay, let me go back to the Chrome. Let's wait for that to load. Alright, so I want to explain now two types of server that we have. So when we talk about the internet, let me come over here and repeat something here. Let me just put something here. We have a local server and the live server. Sorry. Okay. you have the local server and live server. This local server means that you can create a website, alright, create a website what locally. That is, you can only view this website. Any website you build locally can only be viewed by you only. Alright, so I designed a website on my local local host. The website can be viewed by only me alone, but if I'm building here, that is, I want my website to go live, that is, I can send the link of the website to anybody, and through the link they can do what, they can access the website. So you can design your website is either locally or through live server. Okay, so let's come over to our Chrome here. Okay, so assuming I say google.com, let me delete this, google.com. You could see that I actually input a straightforward name. This is Google is the name, why this .com is the domain name. When I press enter, it's gonna bring me here. Okay, no thanks. So I don't need to start pressing. Let's come over here. I want to show us something here. Let's come back to our materials. Okay, now as we explain here that the internet is a worldwide computer network that transmits varieties of information, varieties of data, media across the interconnected devices. It works by what? Using a packet routing network that follows internet protocol. Internet protocol. I guess computer students will understand this better. Alright, and we also talked about the transport control protocol, which is the TCP. Now we said the TCP and the IP works together to ensure that data transmission across the internet is constant and reliable. So no matter which device you are using or where you are using it, when data is transferred over the internet, it delivers the message and the packet. When data is transferred, this is the data. I actually said from here, google.com, it has been transferred to the internet. And what happened is that, let's come over here and see our document again. Is transfer. It delivers in message. You are going to get the result immediately here. So it brings out the result of what we are actually looking for. So let's also get to know about this. We are going to get this in the materials. When I press google.com just now, we could see that it actually brings out that. But if we press this, let's copy this and let's come over here to our new tab and paste this. Let's see what it's gonna bring for us. Let's wait for that to load. Network problem. Let's reload this. Alright, so this was unable to load. And this is how internet works before. This is what you are going to type to your browser just to log into Google official website. But people cannot remember this, so that was the reason why what is it called, we have the domain name that can actually do what, that can actually interact with the internet for us to get what we needed. So if I could just say, okay, between this and google.com, which one will you remember very fast? Definitely google.com. So that is why we needed a domain name also. In our website designing, we will need a domain what, a domain name. Okay, so a domain name is needed. So the domain name is what exactly you are going to use to interact with the internet. Without the domain name, there's no how you can interact with the internet. That is, it won't bring out any result. Alright, so like I said before, you can design your website locally, but the disadvantage of this is that you can only view it. That is, you cannot send it for people to actually view it. But when you are designing a website on a live server, that is when domain name actually comes in. Alright, so if I just click on google.com, anybody can access that. But if I design a website in a local host, like in a local host now, I can only access the website. Truly the website will be on, but the website will be only on my PC, on my laptop here. Alright, so you understand. But so in this tutorial, we are going to first start with the local host, then we move to live server. Alright, we move to live server. So let's just follow through the tutorial. This is the theory aspect, and I know people will have want to actually skip this and want to go to the practical aspect, but you need to build some foundations before you can start building very fast. Because if you do not have this foundation now, there's no how you are going to grab it when you actually get into practical. So that is why we need this what's it called, the theory aspect. So at the end of this tutorial, we'll be getting a quiz. Just make sure you get your hand on the quiz, and it will help you, and it will also, I will also know if you actually go through the theory aspect or you skip it. Alright, so that will be all for this tutorial video. In the next tutorial, we'll be talking about, in our preceding videos, talking about the tools you'll be needing for this tutorial. Talk about the next let's say the CMS, that is the content master system. So we'll be talking about that. The content management system, we'll be talking about that. So I still remain Emmanuel. See you in the next video tutorial.